Welcome back. Chef Passanita is here with me from Passaniti'S Italian Restaurant. Thanks so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
So, of course, we're at Park Home. What do you think of the stove so far? We've been playing around with it.
Oh my gosh, they're amazing. Love to have one at my house.
This is so much fun. Okay, so what are you going to make for us today?
Beef medallions with a caramelized pan sauce.
Ooh, it sounds delicious. All right, first up, tell us what are the ingredients you'll be using today?
Pounded out beef fillet, about maybe 6 ounces of beef. There's a little bit of salt, pepper, butter, garlic, mushrooms, tomatoes, Marsala wine, and a little bit of beef broth.
Sounds delicious.
And I'm going to serve it over pasta. You can do it by itself, or you can do it over some jasmine rice. It's a pretty simple dish.
All right, let's get started.
Okay.
How do you get started with this? So you melted
Just
your butter so far.
A little bit of butter. You want to flour. Have your medallions already pounded. You want to flour them. This helps thicken the sauce. We're going to brown them on one side. I'm going to put in Marsala. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic after that. My tomatoes, mushrooms, beef broth, and then just finish it off with a little bit of fresh, like, butter, just to make it creamy and a little more flavorful.
Wonderful. So you pounded these out pretty thin.
Yep. And they should only take about maybe 2 to 3 minutes on each side. And then by the time the sauce is done, your steak would be about medium, to medium rare, depending on how thin you made your steaks.
All right, so while you're doing, let's talk about the March of Dimes Signature Chef Auction, which you are the winner of last year.
Right, finally won after so many years.
After so many years. A delicious dish. What did you make last year?
I made a shrimp dish with artichokes, sun-dried tomatoes, cream, cheese. So this year we'll be doing something on a pasta dish as well.
Yes, it's so delicious. Anything you make, it turns out great. So you put a little bit of pepper on there.
Salt and pepper. I'm going to do a little bit of Marsala, which you want the alcohol to burn off.
Okay.
You leave the flavor of the wine behind. Should catch on fire here.
You make that look too easy.
Off, and you leave the flavor behind, but you get rid of the alcohol taste.
Okay.
As soon as that burns out, I'll throw all the rest of the ingredients in, and then the dish will be done. We'll serve it over some pasta.
So if you were to do that at home and you didn't have a gas?
Yeah, you could always heat it up on an electric stove, do it with a lighter, and then let it burn. Or you could do it outside on your grill, and then you wouldn't have to worry about burning down your house.
Yeah, you don't want to get into trouble there.
Right.
So
and I'm adding the garlic now just so it didn't burn. We're going to throw in some tomato or the mushrooms.
And mushrooms don't take very long either.
No, by the time you incorporate that with the rest of the ingredients, they'll be cooked. A little bit of tomato.
And so that
this
makes
is very similar to a Marsala.
Yes, I was asking
but with an
you about
addition
that.
of the tomatoes and the butter at the end makes it a little bit richer and a little bit creamier. So that, a little bit of beef broth. And the flour is going to create the sauce.
I never thought about that. I would have thought you would have done that to make them crispy, but you did that to help thicken up the sauce eventually.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. It helps it create the sauce. And also, if you wanted the sauce to be a little bit darker, I could have taken the beef out, put the mushrooms in, brown them a little bit more to caramelize. That's the name of the dish.
Okay.
And then you could have caramelized them a little bit to get a little more rich color. But just to make this quick and easy, just doing it this way. And this will just come into a sauce. I'm going to melt some butter into it, and then the dish will be done.
That's easy.
Yeah,
you make this look too easy.
It's all about all the prep work.
That is true. It's really important to have everything prepped beforehand.
Right.
Especially for at-home chefs.
I do have a little bit of pasta already heated. We're going to serve it over pasta. You could do it over jasmine rice.
Yeah, so what kind of pasta are you using?
I'm doing an angel hair pasta.
Okay.
And you could do this plain or that. Now this is starting to come in. See how it's starting to thicken up a little bit?
Yeah.
So you just want to melt a little bit of butter. It gives it a nice sheen and a really rich flavor at the end.
I've heard that. Adding butter at the end makes it glossy.
Yeah, and you keep it cold, it makes it glossy. It just finishes it off, makes a super nice sauce.
Wonderful. All right, so while you finish up that, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Chef's Auction that's coming up in November. They're looking for people to buy tickets. It's always a wonderful event. You've been doing it for a long time.
Yes. honestly, it's a great event. It's great for the kids. They do a great job on the live auction, the private auctions. They have a lot of great chef packages. And then, of course, you get to taste everybody's food.
Yes.
You know, and that's what's amazing. Just bringing all
We
that
have
talent
so many
together.
chefs.
It's so nice. They do a great job with that event.
All right, we got
You
to
guys
taste
do.
this. We only got 30 seconds left. We're going to
Okay.
bring Rebecca in because Rebecca's
Yes.
been on. She said, I want those beef medallions, didn't you?
You got it.
I did say that.
Yeah, oh my gosh, now the
You can
smell.
smell it, yeah.
Just look at that.
It smells so good.
These
quick.
Park Home
Now I can
folks are
see
going
why
to be
he's
so
so
jealous. Oh my goodness. All right, well, thank you. We're going to eat this. We're going to eat this up. Thank you so much for coming on. Don't forget to check them out at Passaniti'S. All
Yes.
right, we'll be right back.